Hey guys, hope you're all doing well. Hope you are all doing your vibrational exercises. For those of you who are not, there's a playlist on the channel and there are 3 exercises you need to be doing. Seriously, what are you waiting for? Okay, so today I wanted to talk about emotionally unavailable targets. So, whether this is because your target is simply not in love with you, or if your target is in general an emotionally unavailable person, whatever the case may be. So, basically, we're talking about targets that never had genuine emotions towards you. So, basically, exes that did not develop feelings or situationships and things like that. First thing I'm gonna say, there is no emotionally unavailable target. Okay. So, there is, if it's a psychopath or some other really serious condition, but the ones we call emotionally unavailable, sorry, are basically unavailable by choice because usually the reason is there can be 2 reasons. Either they have a fear of getting hurt, or they actually did get hurt in the past really badly, and after that decided they're never having feelings again and they're never going to experience it again. So basically, these people can develop emotions. They're just like trying not to. They don't want to get too close to anyone. They don't want to, experience any pain. And a lot of them actually, sorry, actually will develop some emotions, but they will dig them. They will pretend they don't have them. They will not admit they have them even to themselves, and therefore, of course, not to you. So the truth is basically what I'm saying is that people are not emotionally unavailable unless they're psychopaths, as I said, and I sincerely hope you're not dealing with one of those, you know. And even some psychopaths are emotionally available, so that's a whole other story. So basically, the the process with a person like this, when we're dealing in magic with this, is that we are trying to remove the blocks they're having towards their emotions. So if it's like a past hurt, we are removing that. If it's just fear of hurt, we are removing the fear. So we will focus on skull spells with these targets and also on block removal spells to remove blocks. So fear of commitment, fear of intimacy, fear of love, fear of getting hurt, also past traumas, because sometimes it's past trauma. Sometimes, obviously, if there's past trauma, then there's fear of trauma again. So it's all kind of connected. So this is what our goal will be here. So as you can see with me, it's important to be honest, and therefore I can see what the problem is, and I can use the right spell. I can create the right spell for you. So the other case is when someone did not develop feelings for you, or the feelings they developed are just very weak, and or they're gone pretty much. So in this case, what do we do? How do we proceed? If it's an ex that got bored, that lost emotions, then we are obviously trying to bring them back. So trying to wake them up again. This is not that complicated and not that hard. But if this is a person that never really developed feelings, if it was just a situationship, if it was just sex for this person or something like that, then it's a lot harder for me to do it. However, I can tell you it's doable. I even had experience myself with a person like that where my spells have succeeded, and it was when I was just a baby witch. So it is doable, don't worry. However, this is gonna be really hard, and the emotional blocks in the previous case are also really hard case. So the ex that lost feelings is the easiest of these. So if a person does not have any feelings for you, whatever the reason may be, so if they are just haven't developed feelings for you specifically, or if they um, what would be then the other scenario in this specific case I'm trying to talk about? They haven't developed the feeling. I guess that's it, yeah. So you were together, they just wanted sex, they didn't want commitment, they told you they didn't develop feelings, whatever. We are basically trying to make them develop feelings because we're giving them pushes and trying to create a situation where they will be able to develop feelings. If you're not in contact or seeing this person, then you're doing this through their dreams, through their thoughts. It just may take a long time because it's, like I said, a complicated situation. And so these type of spells can take quite long. I will not lie, and obviously they need to be repeated because it's just a tough case. So the hardest cases you will see um, are actually when person doesn't have feelings, or because it's just hard to work with because there are no emotions I can work with, or if they are emotionally unavailable, as we call it. So if there are fears and blocks inside of the person, inside of their brain, it's really hard because you just need to remove those, and that is really challenging. So maybe those are the toughest cases. It's actually honestly even easier, when some hard cases when there are some hard cases where there's like a third party and stuff like that. These can be also hard and challenging if they're in a relationship, if they've been with this person for a while now, because they obviously have developed feelings for that person as well. So what we're doing is we're trying to make the feelings for you stronger than feelings for the other person. There are so many hard cases in magic, and I get a lot of them. So I just kind of wanted to explain how it goes and what actually needs to be done. So this is why I have a variety of different spells that are meant for different things and different situations, because that is just needed. One love spell is not gonna be for everyone or all situations. Also, if X-back spell, return X, whatever they're called, um, they're not gonna do much if there's like this huge block or something that needs to be removed, or if we need to approach the target from different angles, because usually this is what needs to be done. So not one spell but multiple spells, but different kinds and things like that. It's a lot of combinations, a lot of stuff, because people tend to have really complicated situations and complicated targets and stubborn targets and all sorts of things, and you can't just expect, "Oh, I'm gonna buy a love spell for a person who doesn't even have feelings for me, or a person who's not emotionally available, or a person that's whatever, a million other things, and I'm not going to do any work on my vibration, and I'm just going to expect the spell to work." So how can it work when there's blocks in him or her, they're stubborn, whatever, and then also you are blocking the spell from working? So people are just under the wrong impression, sorry, about spell work, as I always say. So it's when it's a hard situation, it's gonna be a process. I'm sorry, and you're gonna have to be patient, and it can take quite a while, and we're gonna have to, work together for a while, most likely. Also, I know this is due to scammers and their false promises. So, in hard situations, spells can't work fast usually because a situation needs to be either created or something needs to be resolved. And it's not like your target's just gonna wake up the next day if they're emotionally unavailable and be like, oh, I'm now emotionally available. I'm now in love with this person. It doesn't work like that. It's a process and it's gonna take them time to actually, change their mind and change how they feel and change the block basically in their brain. It's not going to happen overnight. So let's be just realistic here. If that could happen overnight, I mean, that would of course be amazing, don't get me wrong, but come on. um, you gotta say, it sounds very hardly believable. And I know that desperate people will tend to believe all sorts of things, which is why scammers actually um, manage to scam people for crazy amounts of money, just because they're looking for really desperate people and they're promising them, they're basically saying them what they want to hear, which is not how magic works and it's not what we're doing on this channel. We're just trying to tell you, well, I'm trying to tell you the full truth, how magic works, and that it's not just hocus pocus and here we go. It's not like that at all. So, I hope everyone understands this. So I find it crazy how people have this wrong image of magic and wrong expectations and all of these things. It's something that needs to be like fixed so you guys don't get scammed ever again. Not just you guys, but no one gets scammed. I really wish that everyone would just listen to us that are legit and actually never buy spells from scammers. But there are so many, and I guess they're impossible to stop, which is sad. But let's not focus on them. Let's not focus on the negative. That's very important. So let's just ignore that they even exist. And that's that. Okay. So I hope this gave you some insight. This helped you, made you understand what the process is and how it needs to be done.